Students, family members, friends, faculty, and guests throughout the world, welcome to Northeastern State University's Fall 2020 Commencement for the College of Liberal Arts undergraduates. My name is Debbie Landry, and I serve as a Provost and Vice President of Academic Affairs. Today, in addition to our fall candidates for graduation, we recognize spring and summer graduates who have chosen to participate in this ceremony. All spring and summer graduates were also recognized during a virtual ceremony in May. We particularly want to welcome guests and family members who are watching through our live streaming service. At this time, we ask those within the event center to rise for the national anthem sung by Joshua Bowling, a music education major at NSU. Joshua will be accompanied by the NSU Brass Quintet. Timmy Caputo, trumpet, Jackson Washburn, trumpet, Denario Schultz, horn, Lily Lewis, trombone, and Dylan Ward, tuba. Miss Jamie Combs, a faculty member in the special education program, will serve as our interpreter for this ceremony. Would you please stand?
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you. Please be seated. It is now my honor to introduce Northeastern State University's 19th president, Dr. Steve Turner, who will extend his greetings.
Good afternoon, everyone. It's okay. You can be interactive. We're a smaller group. It's good to see you. Yeah, hi. So pleased that you're here. The graduates for May in the summer and December and perhaps next May have persevered. We're in a world that we've never been in before, and I just want to say to each of you how proud I am of your accomplishments, that you're here, and thank you for accommodating our need to keep everyone safe. To your families that are joining us from live stream, I also want to say thank you to each of you. We would love to have the event center full, to hear the cheers and to see all the beautiful colors of the season. But this is where we are. So on behalf of the entire NSU family, welcome. Glad to join you this afternoon. As we look around and you look, including the platform, the beautiful red poinsettias, the green banners behind us, those of you that came in were greeted by a parking attendant. You might have saw campus police officers. You've had ushers that have greeted you and guided you to your seats and will help you get from this facility safely. There are people behind cameras, at the soundboard. All kinds of folks are involved today. So let's say thank you. This is our 5th of 5 commencement ceremonies, and today we welcome and congratulate the graduates of the College of Liberal Arts. But join me in saying thank you to all the volunteers, and if they would wave their hands or whatever so we know who they are, and let's thank them for their work. I mentioned your families just a moment ago, and I know that as you're sitting here, perhaps you've had a few moments in more quiet than we would like to ponder this day, the significance of this day. But I'd invite you also to contemplate and to ponder the contributions of others. Since your birth, there have been those folks that have loved you, they've taken care of you, and perhaps even at times when they didn't like you, they loved you. You've got grandparents, parents, aunts and uncles, husbands, wives, great-grandparents, and some of you perhaps children. And we know they're not here. For those that are watching, let's do a big shout out and really make some noise in the house and thank our family and friends that have helped you get here today. Very good. Good. I'm impressed and thankful by the NSU story when it comes to military service. From World War I through the more recent conflicts, when our nation called, NSU students, faculty, and staff have responded. I know in the house today there are those, and perhaps those that are watching, you've served or you are serving in one of the branches of the military. I'd ask for you at this time to stand and let us recognize you appropriately with our applause. Would all veterans please stand and let us say thank you. Thank you for your service. Usually on the platform we have a number of other guests, but with the new protocols we have spread everyone out and we only have those on the platform who have a speaking role in the ceremony. But I do want to introduce the 4 cabinet members. There are 4 vice presidents at Northeastern State that supervise the 4 different divisions. You've met one of these a little bit earlier, but let me introduce Dr. Debbie Landry, Provost and Vice President of Academic Affairs. Dr. Landry. To my right, we have Dr. Jared Freeman, the Vice President for Student Affairs. And now you're going to have to spin around and look to the northwest. On my left, you have the VP of Administration and Finance, Ms. Christy Lansaw. Christy. And next to her, the VP of University Relations, Mr. Dan Mayberry. So thank you all for what you've done and are doing to keep us moving forward. Now let me talk specifically to the degree candidates, the graduates from May, July, and December. Everything is different in a COVID-19 world. Would you agree? And I would say that different is not always better. Different is not always better. On March 7th, the first positive coronavirus case was reported in Tulsa, Oklahoma, the first case in the state. You know the numbers now. And we know that different and the virus has changed so many parts of day-to-day life. For example, in March, following spring break, we had to pivot very quickly, as you know, to mostly online, VCM, Zoom, whatever you want to say. And we did well, and I know everybody worked hard, but it's still not the same. You can look in your own personal life and realize that there are gatherings that you would have liked to have had this summer, vacations that you would have liked to have taken, and then certainly more recently, if your house is like ours, we were not able to get together for Thanksgiving. My father and stepmother are up in years, and we were not able to join with them for the first time in my life, not being able to share the truly American holiday of Thanksgiving with all of our loved ones. And I anticipate, unfortunately, with what we're seeing now in our state, that the Christmas celebration will be no different. Different is not always better. But what I can say, that in spite of all of those things, because of those difficulties and the fact that so many of our normal activities have changed, it will not take away our joy for your accomplishments. It will not take away our zeal to recognize and celebrate these accomplishments, and today is a day of celebration. May graduates that are in the room, you will recall decades from now that you were the first ever in NSU history to be the virtual candidates and graduates. December graduates, you will tell your great-great-grandchildren someday that you were the mask graduate. All of you have overcome difficulties not experienced in our state or nation since 1918. You might look back in history and realize that in 1917, 1918, certainly 18, we saw the end of the war to end all wars, World War I. But not only were the troops fighting the Germans in France, they were also fighting in the trenches an invisible enemy, another pandemic called the Spanish flu. This is not our first pandemic to fight in the United States, but it's certainly a very serious one. Having said that, all of you have overcome those difficulties. And what I want you to know is that I believe that because of that, you are strong. You're tenacious, and you've proved your commitment to a better way through higher education. My hope and prayer is that you will leave this place and do great things because of your education, and that you'll recommit yourself to staying safe and healthy, but you will also continue your commitment to protect the health and safety of the ones that we love, our neighbors and our friends. As you wrap up this part of your educational experience, and hopefully there'll be other chapters of education in your life, I know that at Northeastern State University, every interaction matters. We're truly an immersive institution, or we believe in experiential learning. As you interact with the staff, there's a learning opportunity. But what I want to say is that there's no group of individuals that has a greater impact on your education and where you are today on our campuses than the faculty. To the faculty, I say thank you. To each of you, I say welcome, and I look forward to visiting with you later in the program. Thank you for being here today.
Students, faculty members from the College of Liberal Arts are seated behind you and are here to share this moment with you. Our faculty bring Northeastern State University statewide, regional, national, and international recognition. But most importantly, they care about our students and their success. Please join me in expressing our appreciation for the outstanding NSU faculty. Faculty, would you please stand? Thank you. Please be seated.
Good afternoon. My name is Jared Freeman, and I serve as the Vice President for Student Affairs. At this time, we wish to recognize outstanding students at Northeastern State University. Our first recognition is for a member of the President's Leadership Class. Will Clayton Taylor Lloyd please come forward to the right side of the stage? Established in 1974, the President's Leadership Class is a unique leadership and scholarship program designed to cultivate outstanding potential in proven student leaders. During their time at Northeastern, PLC students are immersed in a program focused on the development of leadership skills and civic engagement. At this ceremony, we recognize Clayton Taylor Lloyd, a communication studies major from Ardmore. Clayton, please come forward to accept your PLC certificate from President Turner.
Our final recognition is for students with grade point average honors. Undergraduate honors students wear paired cords that are green with white, silver, or gold, depending on the recognition. The names of the Fall 2020 undergraduates and the grade point average qualifications for undergraduate honors are in your program. These students will be recognized individually as they across the stage. Please join me in recognizing our Fall 2020 Cum Laude, Magna Cum Laude, and Summa Cum Laude honor students. Honor graduates, please stand. Thank you. Please be seated.
It's a pleasure to introduce our commencement speaker, Kimberly Teehee, the Cherokee Nation's first designated congressional delegate and a former White House staff member serving as the Senior Policy Advisor for Native American Affairs during the Obama administration. While at the White House, Kim was instrumental in securing reauthorization of the Violence Against Women Act. She has served her country and tribes in various roles, including Vice President and Director at Cherokee Nation Businesses. Kim has been recognized with multiple awards, including the Pinnacle Woman of the Year, Journal Record Woman of the Year, and most recently, in 2020, Time Magazine's top 16 equality activists fighting for a more equal America. Kim graduated in 1991 with a Bachelor's of Arts in Political Science and earned her Juris Doctorate from the University of Iowa College of Law. This year, she is serving as NSU Sequoia Fellow and was recognized as one of NSU's distinguished alumni earlier this fall. While Kim was unable to be here, she was able to record her remarks earlier this week. I will direct your attention to the monitors at the center of the stage for her commencement address.
OCO, I am Kimberly Teehee, Cherokee Nation Delegate to Congress and Director of Government Relations for the Cherokee Nation, the largest tribal nation in America. I am also the 2020 Sequoia Fellow here at NSU, and more importantly, I am an alumnus of this wonderful institution. I've sat directly in the same seats as you, and I've gone to class, made good grades, was worried about making money and waiting to start a new life chapter. More than anything, though, I was inspired and excited about the world and what I could achieve in it. One thing I never experienced, and I am in absolute awe that you have been able to navigate so deftly, is the new now and the reality of COVID-19. I know losing the past year and your senior experience is not something anybody had planned, but it'll definitely affect your lives forever and something that you will never, ever forget. Life is unpredictable, and we are living that truth now. Who could have ever imagined 2020 would end like this? We are seeing tremendous suffering from many people and witnessing firsthand some of the disparities in our communities, like food security, access to health care, and being able to connect with the larger world via computer and phone access. I am reminded of a quote from my mentor, the late Cherokee Nation Chief Wilma Mankiller. 35 years ago this month, she was sworn in as the first female principal chief of the Cherokee Nation. She laid the foundation for the success that the tribe is seeing today. I was proud to work for her as an intern and proud to call her my dear friend. She was a person I learned so much from about personal responsibility and work ethic. She said, "Cows run away from the storm while the buffalo charges toward it, and it gets through it quicker. Whenever I'm confronted with a tough challenge, I do not prolong the torment. I become the buffalo. I become the buffalo." Today, we are facing a major storm. Actually, the pandemic-fueled socioeconomic reality that is more like an F5 tornado instead of a thunderstorm. And how you respond to it is telling. This is hard. There is no getting around that fact. Which will you be? Will you run away, or will you run into the fray? This epic challenge can be used to your advantage because you are running into the storm. You are gaining invaluable skills in creativity and flexibility. You are learning fluidity by adapting on the fly and executing tough objectives. All these skills are vital in the modern workplace and will be critical in your future. All of the things you have been through up to this point make you who you are. And the best part is you're just getting started. As you move on from this place and the NSU campus, you will embark on your next step. It may feel like it's going too fast, but the evolution is good. You may not land your dream job right away, and that's okay, because hard work and pay and dues are part of the process. That's another lesson I learned from Chief Mankiller. First jobs aren't forever, and your first job will not be the perfect job. First jobs will only be the fraction of your career. It doesn't mean you're wasting your time. You can start anywhere and ultimately get where you want to be. Your career and your life are absolutely affected by countless unknown events. A life partner with his or her own opportunity, a sick parent, child, or grandparent, or an interest that turns into a business venture. I'm still learning those lessons myself. I've lived in Washington, D.C., worked in Congress and the White House, and shaped national Native American policy in America at its highest level. I love being in Washington, and I love being in a role where a Cherokee woman can have a positive and direct influence on some of the most important people in the world. But I moved home 6 years ago because I wanted to be with my family and work for my people. My heart always wanted to come back to Northeast Oklahoma. Under current Principal Chief Chuck Hoskin Jr., I have been blessed with a new challenge, a once-in-a-lifetime chance. Fulfilling a negotiated treaty right, Chief Hoskin named me Cherokee Nation's delegate to the U.S. Congress. It's a role that has been guaranteed in multiple treaties signed with the United States from 1785, 1835, and 1866, as well as our own tribal constitution. However, the role was never fulfilled until last year. Chief Hoskin's nomination of me as our delegate to Congress was the first step in a long journey that we are working diligently toward getting this position seated. More than anything, I'm proud. I'm proud to represent my tribe, my college, and my family. I'm especially proud because hopefully other little girls across the Cherokee Nation reservation can see themselves in me. They can see a girl from a community like Claremore, Oklahoma, and whose roots are in Stillwell, who went to college in Tahlequah and today has an historic prospect awaiting her in Washington, D.C. They can see somebody just like themselves and aspire to be something bigger. I want those little girls, and I want each one of you here today to know that any achievement is possible. Growing up, my dad always said, "The sky's the limit, so soar like an eagle." To this day, he reminds me of this. To me, it feels like just yesterday when I was your age, in my early 20s. That version of me did not know she would be working with presidents, congressmen, and chiefs of tribal nations, that she herself one day would be a delegate to Congress. One thing I should tell you, though, is that I prepared for success while I was at NSU. And I encourage you to prepare for and celebrate your successes and to pursue your passions with fervor. For me, I loved public policy development and making the lives of Cherokees and all Indian people across the country better. So I pursued leadership roles in Native affairs. I pursued it with a passion and a laser commitment because it is important to me. This means being proactive, assertive, and building the narrative around the issue I'm trying to address. And I've lived every minute, and I still do. It doesn't mean I don't still face challenges and struggles. We all face adversity. We all face storms, but it is how you respond to those storms that define you. Will you run away or toward that storm? I have lost battles from time to time, but I persevere and have learned from those experiences. They strengthened me and made me even more determined. For me, true failure is not losing a policy battle. True failure would be that I never even tried to make a difference in this world, that I never stood up for the ideals and the people that I value, that I never ran toward the storm. So I'll simply say this: become the buffalo, or as we say in Cherokee, yonce. True failure is cheating yourself out of what you are capable of. Always believe in yourself and your innate abilities, and don't get discouraged, at least for very long, because it is the challenges you overcome that will provide your greatest strength and greatest reward. NSU was and will always be a deeply important place to me. Our lives are a compilation of our memories. Both you and I have distinct mental snapshots of our time on this campus and our experiences in the Tahlequah community. You will experience new chapters after you move on from these halls, and you will make new memories that will mold you and help shape you into the person you are meant to be. I can't wait to see the paths that you blaze. Is there another Wilma Mankiller or Kim Teehee out there in the audience today? Somebody who will stand on the foundation that's been established and raise the bar higher. I hope so. I hope your journey and path leads you someplace special. Our travels in and around this part of Oklahoma usually cross many, many times. So until our paths cross again, wado, don't da go ha'i.
Great challenge there. Where are the buffaloes? When Kim and I are able to meet, we'll present her something to commemorate her being one of our commencement speakers in December of 2020. What is tradition is that we present this medallion, and the medallion, I know you can see a little bit. The medallion is basically a much smaller version of the official seal and the official document of the office. Behind me you can see on the gonfalons, the flags, the banners, the seal. On the seal you will notice two dates. One is 1846, the other is 1909. On November 26, 1846, the Cherokee Council passed an act that created the Cherokee National Female Seminary. On March 6, 1909, in a very young state, we became Northeastern State College, then Northeastern State Teachers College, and then Northeastern State University. So those two dates are significant, but it's also significant to recognize the Cherokee heritage of our institution. So that when she watches this recording of the program a little bit later on, let's say thank you one more time to Kim Teehee for what she's doing and will do, and for being part of our commencement ceremony today.
It is time to present candidates for baccalaureate degrees. Each candidate will be recognized on stage. After all candidates are individually recognized, President Turner will confer degrees. Dr. Mike Chancellor will present the candidates and announce names. Faculty, at this time, I will ask if you concur with these recommendations for degrees. If so, please rise. Thank you. Please be seated.
Good afternoon. I'm Mike Chancellor, Dean of the College of Liberal Arts. President Turner, I am pleased to present these candidates upon whom the baccalaureate degree will be conferred. Baccalaureate candidates, please come forward. Clayton Taylor Lloyd, cum laude. John Timothy. Brigham Hancock. Heather Ross, cum laude. Emily Yell. Donna Parrish. Shara Van. Cody Poindexter. Alora Fielden, summa cum laude. Haley Metcalf, magna cum laude. Kate Harvey, magna cum laude. Madison Long. Joseph Daniel Sullivan, magna cum laude. Joshua Bowling, magna cum laude. Lacey Franklin, cum laude. Melody Bruns, cum laude. Sonia Rivera. Lauren Kristen Rowley. Muriel Alexander. Caitlin Marie Ryan. Haley Pruitt. Rachel Ledbetter. Jordan Baker, magna cum laude. Miranda Bohannon. Bethany Lewis. Lindsay Miller, cum laude. Brandon Pritchett. Catherine Marie Little. Kaylee Barbie. Brittany Amlin, magna cum laude. Alexis Woods. Larry John Carney. Brooke Qualls, summa cum laude. Jacob Seaver. Billy Joe Sunday III. Amy Marie Willis. Amanda Ray Farrell. Christina Parker. Emma Dart. Ryan Michael Sellers. Cody Moore, cum laude. Kimberly Wheeler, cum laude. Abigail Garcia. Omar Ortiz Vega. Charles Perry. Kimberly Workman. Lauren Fodor, cum laude. Caitlin Stella Milliken. Summer Bratcher, magna cum laude. Leroycia Penny, cum laude. Kaylee Graham, summa cum laude. Cassidy Nunn. Taylor Cross. Melody Proctor. April Martin. Natasha Firth. Patricia Shatwell. Gerald Allen Byers Sr. Caitlin Collier, summa cum laude. Brianna Darrow, summa cum laude. Coleman Fleming. Kirsty Martin. Michaelin Rayer Sosi, summa cum laude. Joyce Matlock. Amy Dillon. Aaron Stephen Tatum Ugba. Saddam Yousafzai. Summer Franks, summa cum laude. Ramian Levi Payne.
Students, it is time for the conferring of degrees. Will all baccalaureate degree candidates please rise? President Turner, pending the results of a final degree audit, I certify that the candidates standing before you have completed all requirements for the baccalaureate degree, respectively, and I recommend that the degree to which they are individually entitled be conferred.
Thank you, Dr. Landry. Consistent with the statutes of the state of Oklahoma, the Oklahoma State Regents for Higher Education, and the Board of Regents for the Regional University System of Oklahoma, and by the authority vested in me by the state of Oklahoma, it is my pleasure to confer upon each of you the baccalaureate degree as printed in the program with all of the rights, ranks, privileges, and responsibilities a degree carries among scholars. Graduates, there's a tradition in higher education that signifies the passage from being a student candidate for graduation to becoming a graduate. At this time, please move your tassels from the right side to the left side. Thank you. Please be seated.
Graduates, as you know, Northeastern State University has a long history of service to Oklahoma. Our alumni have accomplished great things in their professional and personal lives. Today, you are joining this distinguished group, and we are your partner as you begin this next chapter in your life. Here to explain the benefits of membership in the Alumni Association is Daniel Johnson, NSU's Director of Alumni Relations.
Thank you. So just mere moments ago, President Turner conferred upon you your baccalaureate degree. And you'll recall that he said, with that came certain rights, ranks, privileges, and responsibilities. And in the brief time that I have with you, I'd like to expand on those rights, ranks, privileges, and responsibilities. Because of your efforts and your perseverance over the last number of years, you have earned the right to call yourself a Northeastern State University graduate. And today you have joined over 60,000 living alumni who comprise what we refer to as the Green and White Network. And because you've earned this right to call yourself an alumnus, the Alumni Association will always strive to keep you connected with NSU and with each other. Rights, ranks, privileges, and responsibilities. You and your fellow graduates have earned the rank of a Bachelor of Science, a Bachelor of Art, a Bachelor of Education. And because you've earned this rank, you know now we'll have more doors open to you and greater opportunities that are in front of you. And because of your rank, you are better positioned for success throughout life. You can imagine the privileges that come with the degree that you now carry, but I want to specifically address the privilege of being a member of the Alumni Association. Our Alumni Association members are entitled to benefits and perks like exclusive invitations, discount rates on insurance, health care, And through our Green and White Perks program, you can save money on everything from shopping to travel to entertainment. And you're going to be getting more information about this soon, I promise. But I do hope that you will take advantage of the privilege of staying connected with NSU through Alumni Association membership. Rights, ranks, privileges, and the most important one, responsibilities. As a Northeastern State graduate, you now share in the responsibility of adding value to the NSU degree. Adding value to the NSU degree. You may be wondering to yourself, how am I going to do that? Well, let me share with you 4 ways to consider to add value to the NSU degree. First, become excellent at what you do. Second, be worth more than you cost. Third, do what you say you're going to do. And last, outwork everyone. If you do these 4 things, you most certainly will uphold the responsibility of adding value to the NSU degree. Those who have been a part of your journey to get here today are undoubtedly super proud of your achievement, and you should feel pride in what you have accomplished. Now, as you close this chapter of your time at NSU, show your pride. Show your pride by living your life in such a way that you fulfill the promise of your degree, your Northeastern State University degree, with all its rights, ranks, privileges, and responsibilities. Congratulations. Greener days are ahead, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Johnson. As we come to the close of this ceremony, please listen carefully to these directions to facilitate a safe and smooth exit from the arena. In just a moment, we will ask you to stand for the NSU alma mater. Freeman de Graffenried, a criminal justice major, will sing the alma mater first in Cherokee, recognizing NSU's historic significance as the Cherokee National Female Seminary. Then we ask all audience members to join music education major Lacey Franklin in singing the English lyrics. Both Freeman and Lacey will be accompanied by the NSU Brass Quintet. Following the alma mater, ushers will guide students out alternating rows through the east and west entrances of the arena and then outside. Faculty and the platform party will be dismissed after graduates have left the arena. Now, please stand for the alma mater.
Squadagiki Nico Hilages esti Adela Costi Ale du Yugotai Yoda
state. We shall honor you.